us in singing Lift Every Voice and Sing, led by Triumphant.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring one more. Voices rise high as the listening sky. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Is won. We'll keep marching, fighting till the victory is won. Hold your head up, brothers, till the victory is won. Keep believing, sisters, till the victory is won. Till that day comes, let us march on till victory is won. Is won.
And now, Dr. Philip L. Pointer, Senior Pastor of St. Mark Baptist Church.
Shall we pray together? Eternal and all-wise God, how we thank you for the glory of this day as we stand in a new year and experience the newness of life. We thank you for this season of elevation for Judge Byrd. Thank you for a time of preparation in practice and advocacy. We thank you that you have equipped her to serve in this role with the spirit of excellence and justice. Now invoke your presence on these proceedings, upon every part, upon every participant. May we feel and know your presence among us as we see what you have done for our community through Judge Byrd. Thank you for these things, and we thank you for all things in the wonderful and strong name of your Son, the Christ. Amen.
Now, to deliver the charge of office, the next voices you will hear are that of State District Court Judge, the Honorable Mark D. Leverett, the Honorable E. Dion Wilson, Circuit Judge, 1st Judicial Circuit, and State District Court Judge, the Honorable Rita F. Bailey. Judge Leverett.
It's an interesting scene, 2 Chronicles chapter 1, very similar to what we have today. It's the installation of Israel's new king. Solomon takes center stage and is following an unquestionably distinguished leader who had enjoyed a long and decorated career. Solomon was given carte blanche invitation by God himself, the one who not only had the means to deliver because he owns everything, but who would in fact deliver because by nature he can't lie. It was that God who made an open-ended offer to Solomon. By his predecessor's description, Solomon was young and inexperienced. Notwithstanding, he was on the cusp of assuming significant worldly authority. Solomon chose what seemed at that time to be a rather indistinct, mundane attribute. He chose wisdom. Although other choices were available, he did not choose material possessions, nor social popularity, political power, or destruction of his enemies, but what he wanted most was God's wisdom. Wrapped in Solomon's request was the voluntary recognition that he did not have what it took to perform the monumental task to which he had been called. Solomon understood that with this position, although he was in it, it didn't belong to him. The people, although governed by him, didn't belong to him either. He knew that to lead, to govern, and to judge properly, he could not rely on his own wisdom, but must have God's. What made Solomon so wise was his recognition that apart from God, he wasn't. Judge Byrd, this position will require that you know more than statutes, case law, and court rules. You'll need God's wisdom to apply what you know. There will be times, and I'm sure there will be many, where you will be called upon to make decisions along a legal spectrum. You'll have options. On the one end, within your discretion, you can do what's safe and easy. And at the other end of that very same spectrum, you can choose to do what's hard and unpopular. Probation or incarceration, reunification or termination. I'm sure you'll find that the hard thing and the right thing are in fact the same thing. And navigating these daily difficult decisions will demand wisdom from above. My sister, your purpose here is much larger than you as a person. To achieve it, your will, your intellect, and your instinct will be woefully insufficient. To achieve God's purpose for your appointment, his wisdom is a non-negotiable condition precedent. His wisdom will protect you from those who seek to do you harm and will guide you into paths that bring him glory and our community good. So as you are sworn in today to this place of power, I repeat to you the charge that King David gave to Solomon. Be strong and courageous and do the work. Don't be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you. He will not fail or forsake you. He will see to it that all the work related to the temple is finished correctly. Although your particular work is different, the God needed to finish that work correctly is not. May his wisdom be yours in abundance as you serve.
For Justice, the Honorable E. Dion Wilson.
All right, good evening. Come on now. Good evening, Byrd. Come on out of there. I ain't drive way up here for you to be in the building. When I thought about today, I had to think about 4 years ago when I got read in. I tossed and turned all night. I was thinking about the people who wouldn't be there when I got read in. And I was thinking about my mom. And I heard that song going over and over in my mind, I Wish You Were Here. And I thought about Byrd And I know she was thinking the same thing today and this morning. Mama Flossie, be so proud of her, and her dad is here today for the things that she's done. But I was feeling apprehensive. I started to feel scared. I said, Lord, what have I gotten myself into? And I was looking in the mirror, and as I was looking at the mirror at myself, my phone rang. My brother called me, and he said, what's wrong? He could hear it in my voice. I said, well, man, I don't know. He said, Dion, you ready? If I don't know anybody else in my life that's ready, you ready. Byrd, you ready. You ready, Byrd. And I thought about this thing called justice, and justice, as we all know, is an ever-moving object. I thought about all the treaties I read, the books I read, the quotes I read, but I found nothing better than, you know, Byrd, he has told you what to do. He has told you what to do. He has told you what to do. You don't have to listen to anybody else. You don't have to read any books. The Lord has told you what to do. Love, kindness, do justly, and walk humbly with him. And everybody who stands in front of you will benefit from you and your love and the love of God that you have inside of you. So that's what I have to say. I'm through. Thank y'all for coming. Byrd, I love you.
For Mercy, the Honorable Rita F. Bailey.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to stand before you today to honor my dear friend and colleague, Tjuana Byrd. From this day forward, we will affectionately call her Judge. I was asked to talk today about mercy, particularly that mercy that a judge extends to the litigants, children, and families that appear before them. I got to thinking about it, and it reminded me of a poem that I read a couple years ago. I just have an excerpt from it. The author is Rebecca Elliott Faustin. The name of it is Mother of Stone. Yes, officer, I know I got one time to use the phone, but you don't understand. I can't even call home. When I try to talk to her in person, all I get is a dial tone. You see, I live with my mother, but I stay all alone. No tenderness or kindness to me has she ever shown, and it seems like love is something that she has never known. She wouldn't let me be a child. I've been grown since age 9. So you see, officer, all I have is a mother of stone. All of her chances for a normal life, early on, they were blown. Sometimes, late at night, I can hear her cry and moan, but I'm tired of trying to find some meat on this bone. All she is to me is a mother of stone. And to me, that poem explains exactly what a juvenile court judge has to face on a daily basis. I looked further into it and I thought about Webster's dictionary. Lawyers will start with a dictionary. And I read the definition. Mercy is compassion or forgiveness shown towards someone who it is within one's power to punish. No worries there. My God-fearing, hard-working, dedicated friend will take her beliefs, her knowledge, wisdom, and many years of legal experience and training to the bench with her. Then I took my analysis further and looked at it from a biblical sense. What I found is there is a direct connection with grace and mercy. God gives each of them to us freely. Mercy is forgiving the sinner and withholding punishment that may be justly due. Grace is acting by heaping undeserved blessings upon a sinner. So does mercy work in the juvenile justice system? Can a judge effectively render judgment while dispensing mercy as mercy has been given to them? Why, of course. The primary goals of our juvenile justice system, in addition to maintaining public safety, is to help young people and families develop life skills and rehabilitate so that they can become productive members of society. So, watching my friend tirelessly work for the youth in the community has shown me that she is the person that can render mercy. I proudly witnessed Judge-elect Byrd dispense mercy as a practicing attorney and also in her relationships with friends and family. Whether it's her clapping her hands and stomping her feet to get the children's choir attention or redirecting them when she's attempting to teach children's church. She graciously shows them mercy as opposed to putting them out there on Front Street and telling their parents many times that they probably justly deserved. Mercy is a must when we deal with the children and families. Juvenile court is a unique court that requires judges to assess families, to assess problems, and make an honest effort to try to cure those problems and make change. Ms. Byrd has done all of those things. I'm sure she will continue to do those things. There's no doubt in my mind that mercy belongs in court, in the courtroom, and my friend Byrd is a living example of what that should look and feel like. Thank you.
Entering the stage to administer the oath, please welcome the Honorable J. Leon Johnson, Administrative Judge of the 6th Judicial Circuit. He is accompanied by Judge-elect Tjuana C. Byrd, Mr. Alex Tolbert, and Mr. Michael Manning.
All right, Ms. Byrd,
Thank you in a minute.
raise your right hand, please. I, Tjuana Byrd,
I, Tjuana Byrd,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Arkansas,
and the Constitution of the State of Arkansas,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
of
Circuit Judge,
6th
Judicial District,
6th Judicial District,
Division 8,
Division 8,
upon which
upon which
I am now about to enter.
I am now about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
And now, for the first time, please welcome our 8th Circuit Court Judge, Tjuana C. Byrd.
Got the PowerPoint.
To God be the glory for all of the wonderful things that he has done. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. I want to honor my parents for their sacrifice to ensure that my siblings and I grew up to be decent humans, and more than that, to know Christ. Alex Tolbert, my dad, who's inside watching, And Flossie Tolbert, my mother, whom Judge Wilson mentioned earlier. My mother is in heaven, but she is certainly here in spirit, and she is also here symbolically, as my sweet Michael reached out to my dad, and they collaborated, and my father found my mother's Bible, upon which I laid my hand to take the oath today. I'm fortunate, I have two dads, so I also honor my father, Narvell Kelly, his wife Betty, who are with us today from Lake City, Florida, virtually. And I am thankful for them. I want to honor and acknowledge my grandparents, Frank and Virginia Byrd, from Fayetteville, North Carolina, who were my first examples of service to others through their lives every day. I want to acknowledge all my Byrds, my Kellys, the Settles, and Mannings, and all other family and friends who are here in person and with us virtually. Thank you so much for all of your love, your encouragement, your mentorship, and your support, always. Each of the program participants today has a very significant importance to me. Did Triumphant show out? Triumphant came out of retirement for me. This is the second time. I chaired the Race for the Cure back in 2007, and I knew who I wanted to sing the national anthem, and it was them. And when I tell you they killed it that day, they killed it just the same today. So thank you all so very much. My pastor, Dr. Philip Pointer, 2020 was a challenging year. But when I tell you he fed our souls the nourishment that we needed to get through 2020, I am so grateful for my pastor and for his being here today to participate in this program. Went to law school with Mark Leverett. We were classmates, part of the entering class of the fall of '92, the largest African-American first-year class in the history of the law school at that time. And he graciously came here today to remind me that I need to use God's wisdom. Judge Wilson and I went to college together, so we go far, far back, and I want to give praise and honor to God that he didn't turn into his real self that much today. But I appreciate you making the trip and calling me out since you drove this far to remind me that God has given me what I need in his word regarding justice. And then finally, my girl, Judge Bailey, is part of my circle crew, and couldn't imagine this day without her having been here and been a part of it. So I thank you, my sister, for reminding me of what I know, to always remember God's mercy and dispense it as I do my job. The Honorable J. Leon Johnson. What you all may not know is, in addition to being the circuit judge of 1st Division Circuit Court, he was elected by his peers, other judges, as the first Black administrative judge for the 6th Judicial Circuit. And it was incredibly important for him to be here to administer the oath to me. In addition to that, when Judge Humphrey was still the judge, Leon worked as law clerk, and I was there as a probation officer. So we're Judge Humphrey babies and go way back. So thank you, Judge Johnson, for being here. And then you're going to hear in a little bit from Abigail Edwards. I think Judge Bailey shared with you some of my church kid stories, and Abby is one of them. And most of the time when I have an opportunity to be before people and bring some shine to somebody, I want it to be a little person, because I remember how people poured into us and gave us opportunities as young people to stand before others and speak and to encourage them so that they know that they can do whatever they put their minds to and that we love and support them. So thank you, Abigail, for saying yes to being the superstar that you are today. I have long dreamed to be in this place, and it's a bit surreal that I'm here today.
And what I know for sure is that I did not get here by myself. I want to thank and appreciate everyone who served on the campaign team, supporters, contributors, mentors, encouragers, volunteers, marketing team, fundraiser hosts. This was our journey, and this is our victory. I could not have done it without you. And please know that I recognize the responsibility and duty that I now have, and I pray for God's wisdom, that I always keep in mind His word and what He has given us, and specifically to me in this role. I ask that you continue to pray for me in this role. This is more than just a job. I believe it is a ministry, and I want to be very much like my predecessor, who is here today with his lovely wife, Judge Wally A. Branton, and be a life changer. I want to do that, and I know that I can't do that without your love, your support, your prayers, and God's wisdom. So, I'm the judge, y'all. I wish that I had something extremely profound now to say. I don't. I really just want to say thank you again to all of you, to those of you who are here, and those of you who are wherever you are in the world. I sent the message to my family out of state that you can still be with me here, or you can be with me from the comfort of your couch. And many of my relatives are up in age now, and some of them I had to fight not to come. And there's one who just was so stubborn. My cousin Gwen, all the way from Vallejo, California, got here on Tuesday, said she hadn't been to Arkansas yet. She's got to see all 50 states. And so this was a perfect excuse for her to come to Arkansas. And better than that, she got in the car on yesterday and drove to Memphis and did the tour over there too. So she knocked out 2 states with 1 trip. But Gwen, thank you, cousin, for making this long trip to be here with me. I so appreciate it. And again, I thank you all for your presence today. I wish that I could have a reception for you, but these are not those times. And I wish I could stay and love on and hug on each of you, but these are not those times. And I thank you for your understanding of that today. Thank you for understanding that. And you are out here in the cold, in the rain, and I thank you for that. Thank you all so very much.
Our final Please welcome to the stage our final and youngest speaker, someone I know dearly, Abigail Marie Edwards.
People ask me all the time what I want to be, a teacher, a scientist, or someone famous on TV. I just smile and know that the sky's the limit for me. Cause I got role models like Judge Byrd in front of me. You see, I don't have to go far to see or to know what greatness looks like, sounds like, thinks like, or lives like, or believes like. I know it when I see it. Greatness is dedication. She spends her spare time getting rowdy kids like me together to sing sweet sounds for the Lord. With the snap of a finger or a stern but loving look, she keeps us in tune and on point. She serves her sorority and community and others very well. Not just in mere words, she shows up. Greatness is determination. A woman who sets out for the hill yet conquered many mountains. You know, a probation officer by day, law student by night, the super Wonder Woman type. Greatness is strength, not just any kind of strength. Sure, she's physically fit, but her mental strength is like no other. She understands legal concepts and theories and knows the nuances of the law. Greatness looks like me, a beautiful black woman. Yep. I don't have to look far to know what's possible for me, because I got role models like Judge Byrd right in front of me. Congratulations, Judge Byrd. We love you and grateful for your willingness to step up for all children. And I would like to present this bracelet I made for you. And when And when you have tough days, you can look down and remember how much you are loved.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Please refrain from coming to the stairs. This is not a public. You may not go into the building. There will be another time for us to have a public celebration, but as Judge Byrd said, today is not the day. So thank you again for coming out. Have a great new year and be blessed.